everybody, it's time for another Raw Blog time. And if you're wondering why I call it Raw Blog, well, I call it that because it is my vlog. And because it's my vlog, apparently, to my understanding, I'm able to call it what I want. So I call it a Rob blog. Okay, intro done. Hope you're all doing well. Do you know, now and then, do you ever try to ask Alexa, or maybe you have Google Home, in our case it's Alexa, do you ever try to ask Alexa an interesting little question and wonder what she's going to answer you? Well, recently the Conservatives in this lovely country of ours, Canada, had a convention. And there's a couple of things that they passed. You see, I don't understand, and I'm sure that I have friends who are conservatives. I know I do. But I don't understand why they just can't live and let live. Let's just make sure everyone's healthy and everyone's just treated nicely, period. But anyhow, I'll get to that. So one of the things they did at this convention, they decided that any transgender kids up to 18, minors, could not have any medical treatment. Now, you know, here, heaven forbid if one of their kids happened to be transgender and was born in the wrong body, didn't feel right about being male or female, and needed to change to be in the right body and the right frame of mind. So they passed this convention law, which I guess would pass on to that leader that they've got, that Pierre fella. But yeah, the kids can't have any help. So right when kids need it the most in their formative years, and they know already, mom and dad, whoever, I'm not in the right body, that they're saying that kids in this country should not be able to get help because health won't cover it. Now, I suppose if you can do the private thing, can afford it, I guess that's all right. I don't know. So that was number one thing that was there. And then the other thing that came up, I have to check my cheat sheets, my cue sheets that you folks cannot see. Oh yes, it was talking about washrooms and people being concerned that the transgender woman going in to use a real woman's washroom, and it just silly. Now, let me just say this about that. Poppycock. Now, the thing is, I think that all washrooms should be water closets, like they have in England. I mean, I don't think you should have to go into a washroom if you're out to dinner or you're at the theater that has, 5 or 6 stalls and all these, in the case of men's washrooms, horse troughs that they call urinals, where men basically stick their dicks out in front of each other just to go pee. I think washrooms should be private. Everybody's private business should be their private business. And I know of few businesses that even changed from a more public washroom where they just have water closets. 5, 6, 7 water closets that have a toilet and have a sink in them, and people can do their own business. There's no sign in the door that says gender. It just says washroom. And I think that's the way it should be. I mean, whoever years ago in this country decided that it's okay to have a water closet in a washroom and you have this much space where someone going in can see up to your knees, instead of having a private area to basically look after your needs. It's terrible. But there's more and more. And here on the island, there's several restaurants who have private washrooms. They might have 2 or 3 washrooms, but you can go into any one. And let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, in Vlogland, in Rob Blogland. If I can see a private washroom for wheelchair or disability, I use it. Because you know what? My disability is I hate using those big washrooms, because this is what happens to me. And I'm going to specifically mention 2 Costco stores that we go to here. When I go in to have a quick pee, because I'm old enough, I got to pee all the time. When I go in, I'm telling you, 99.9% of the time, there's some guy sitting there in the toilet who has not had to go to the toilet for 6 months, and he goes to a Costco and he lets it rip. And you walk into that Costco just to have a quick pee or wash your hands, whatever. And I'm telling you, it's gag city. And I personally think it's disgusting. Have personal water closets that has a good ventilation system. But what is it with people who and you go to the theater, so you're having this wonderful evening, you go to intermission. No, someone takes the 15, 20 minutes of intermission to sit on the toilet and just clean everything out. No, I think that's stupid. So what is this worry about people using washrooms with people? You're just peeing or, number twoing. But if it was in private washrooms, we wouldn't have to worry about that. So there's another thing that apparently the conservatives are worried about, protecting their women, that a transgender woman might come in and use the same washroom. Now, you see, this shows you how much they know. A transgender woman is not going to come in and oogle a woman that is in some state of undress or whatever in the washroom. Just make us all private washrooms. No one would have to worry about that. Now, as I was reading and thinking about this, that's what I'm coming back now to asking Alexa. So off the top of my head, I said, Alexa, how many a-holes does it take to make the Conservative Party? In a flash, Alexa came back and told me it takes 300 a-holes to form the Conservative Party. I just leave it at that and let you judge. Now, a couple of other quick things. We're going to move away from politics. I hate talking politics, but it wasn't really politics. That's just basic human rights that are being disturbed or are being pooped on, if you'd like. So elsewhere, here's the deal. You've noticed in the stores, things are moving along very quickly. Was in a Costco the other day. No, I did not have to use the washroom for a change. Christmas stuff is out. Christmas lights, things were lit up. Oh, and there was this beautiful, the red car that is so Christmassy that has the Christmas tree shoved in the back of it. Not a car, a truck. Has a Christmas tree shoved in it. They had one for about, I think it was about $260 some. It would look quite nice, all lit up. You'd put it in your doorway outside your front door. So that was there. But Christmas season is coming, and of course the Halloween stuff was set up as well. And the other day went through Canadian Tire, and I went through to get a couple of things, and I wanted to go to the garden center. By the way, here on the island, the Canadian Tire Garden Center is open year-round. It doesn't shut. It's open year-round, as many garden centers are. So I was going down the aisleway to go through the store to get to the garden center entrance, and all this Halloween stuff was set there, and almost all of them had a button to push so you could see them activate and talk to you. So it took me a few minutes. I probably pushed 10, 12 buttons there of witches and ghosts and goblins and, this scary kid, with red eyes and black straight hair. I even pushed that one, and they're all making these groaning noises to you. So, and they're not cheap. A witch that we've had, probably, I'm going to say, for more than 10 years, that I distinctly remember buying in Ontario at Giant Tiger, cost me like 19 and so much. That almost identical witch here was $69 at Canadian Tire. And did the same thing. You pushed the button and it cackled and the eyes lit up. Oh my goodness, prices are going absolutely nuts, aren't they, ladies and gentlemen, in Vlogland. Anyhow, that's all I meant to talk about today. I think I've covered my little cheat sheet, which is right down here. I've got everything covered on it. And now I'm going to spend some time putting this little video together and literally throwing it on my Raw blog, so you fine people can look at my blog and wonder. I don't know. Anyways, again, thank you for tuning in to this Raw blog. This Raw blog, I should tell you, is brought to you by Swish, the Island's Golden Classics, and by Starlight, Music for Life. And you can find both of those stations on swish.ca, SWISSSH.ca. And you can also find us on TuneIn and Radio Garden, and just do a search for Swish. And if you go to one of those websites where it says search for the station, just spell the station in the little search box and it'll bring it up. If you want to use Alexa, for instance, Alexa, you have to spell the station. So you would ask Alexa, ask Simple Radio, to play SWISSSH radio or STARLITE Island Bright radio. Just play around with it, but you have to make sure in Alexa that you have those skills turned on for simple radio, or if you want to use TuneIn radio. I'm not too happy with TuneIn lately because they run a lot of religious commercials and they run at the front of the stream before you start hearing my station stream. And I have said on the air that I have nothing to do with those. TuneIn puts those religious, any commercials you hear on TuneIn, they throw them on, has nothing to do with me, and my radio stations online make no money from those radio stations. My goodness, he has something in his pants today, don't you think? My goodness. Anyways, again, thank you for watching Rob Blog, and I hope you watched it to the end. If you didn't, most people don't watch most YouTube videos right to the end anyways. So I want you all to take care of yourselves. We'll see you very soon. Enjoy life. Be kind to everybody, and let people live. People just want to get through life. Yes, there are some a-holes in this world. Yes. There are a-holes in this world, and we just got to kind of maneuver our ways around them, don't we? Take care. We'll see you very soon.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nose.
Rob! Oh, Rob! Oh, Rob! Oh, Rob! Oh, Rob!